Welcome student to the class of Research Methods and Legal Writing. Today I shall be discussing the topic Kinds of Research. The prerequisites or recapitalization of this course are Basics of Indian Constitutional Law, Basics of Social Sciences, Basics of Jurisprudence, and also Basics of Research. The objective of this course and particularly this lecture are to study the characteristics of research, to discuss the purpose of research, to study various kinds of research and particularly kinds of quantitative and qualitative research, doctrinal and non-doctrinal research, and basic and applied research. In the last class, we have discussed research and also the current trends in research. More particularly, the current trends in legal research, that's how nowadays legal research is not done in isolation. How presently legal research is being conducted in the backdrop of social sciences, more particularly the interplay of economics, and law, interplay of law and political science, interjection of law with economics, psychology, and other social sciences. Now, let's have a look at what are the characteristics of research. A research is a systematic approach. That means a systematic approach must be followed for accurate data. Rules and procedure are an integral part of the process that sets the objective. Researchers need to practice ethics and a code of conduct while making observations or drawing conclusions. Number 2, research is based on logical reasoning and involves both inductive and deductive methods. Number 3, the data or knowledge that is derived in real time from actual observation in natural settings. Number 4, there is an in-depth analysis of all data collected so that there are no anomalies associated with it. Number 5, research creates a path for generating new questions. Existing data helps create more opportunities for research. Number 6, research is analytical in nature. It makes use of all the available data so that there is no ambiguity in inferences. And number 7, accuracy is one of the most important aspects of research. The information that is obtained should be accurate and true to its nature. For example, laboratories provide a control environment to collect data. Accuracy is measured in the instruments used, the calibration of instruments or tools, and the final results of the research. Research is mainly carried out with either of the three purposes. Number 1, exploration. As the name suggests, exploratory research is conducted to explore a group of questions. The answers and analytics may not offer a final conclusion to the perceived problem. It is conducted to handle new problem areas which haven't been explored before. This exploratory process lays the foundation for more conclusive research and data collection. Number 2, descriptive. Descriptive research focuses on expanding knowledge on current issues through a process of data collection. Descriptive studies are used to describe the behavior of a sample population. In a descriptive study, only one variable is required to conduct the study. The three main purposes of descriptive research are describing, explaining, and validating the findings. The third purpose of research is explanation. Explanatory research or causal research is conducted to understand the impact of certain changes in existing standard procedures. Conducting experiments is the most popular form of causal research. For example, a study conducted to understand the effects of rebranding on consumer loyalty. First, research can be categorized into various kinds on different bases. Number one, on the basis of methods, research can be categorized as doctrinal research or non-doctrinal research, which is also called as empirical research. On the basis of disciplines, research can be monodisciplinary, interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, transdisciplinary, and multidisciplinary. On the basis of purpose, research can be pure or a basic research or fundamental. On the basis of application, research can be categorized into fundamental or basic research and number two, applied research, which is also called as clinical research. These two research are most popular in the areas of sciences, basic sciences. Fundamental or basic research is an investigation on basic principles and reasons for occurrence of a particular event or process or phenomena. Fundamental or basic research is mainly a theoretical research as it is not concerned with solving any practical problem of immediate interest. Rather, it is more relevant for the purpose of academic and research. The next category over here is applied research. Applied research, as the name itself suggests, solves and is aimed to solve certain problems employing well-known and accepted theories and principles. The central aim of applied research is to find solutions for a practical problem which can and which is necessary for immediate use. Non-doctrinal research is also called as a field-based research, as opposed to doctrinal research being called as a desk research. Non-doctrinal research or empirical research can be conducted both ways. It can be qualitative and it can be quantitative. Let's have a little more insight into both these kind of researches as doctrinal and non-doctrinal or empirical research are more popularly and more frequently being conducted in the areas of legal research. Doctrinal research asks what the law is on a particular issue. It is concerned with analysis of the legal doctrine and how it has been developed and applied. It consists of either a simple research directed and finding a specific statement of the law or a more complex and in-depth analysis of legal reasoning involving lot of case analysis, arranging, ordering, and systematizing legal proposition and the study of legal institution. A legal scholar takes one or more legal proposition as a starting point and focus on his study. Researcher then takes place in the law library, locating all relevant decisions and discussions of the proposition in treaties, text, encyclopedias, and legal periodicals. After reading and analyzing these materials, the scholar formulates his conclusions and writes up his study. For example, let's take an example. For example, how a particular law has come up. What has been the historical background? What has been the international conventions and the national laws on that particular law are the areas which are concerned and which are covered under the concept of doctrinal research. Opposed to that, in case of non-doctrinal or empirical, as the term empiric itself implies, relying solely on observation and experiment and not on theory. It is a research based upon experiments and observations. Non-doctrinal research employs methods taken from other disciplines to generate empirical data to answer research questions. For example, in case of non-doctrinal or empirical research, researcher uses lot of statistical tools and techniques in order to and with the objective of analyzing various data which they might have gathered on a particular problem. Non-doctrinal research can be related to a problem, policy, or law reform, and it can also be qualitative or quantitative. For example, in case of quantitative research, the numbering, the data is usually huge in number and the statistical methods are used. While in case of qualitative research, researchers conduct surveys, interviews and observations to reach to a certain conclusion. Now here it is important to note that doctrinal and non-doctrinal are not always apart. Many times researchers contribute and they do combine both these methods to suit the objective of their research. Now let's have a look at the other two kind of empirical researches or two kind of methods which are being followed in empirical research. The first is the quantitative method or quantitative research, which is a structured way of collecting data and analyzing it to draw conclusions. Unlike qualitative methods, this method uses a computational and statistical process to collect and analyze data. Quantitative data is all set about numbers. Quantitative research involves a larger population. More people means more data. With more data to analyze, you can obtain more accurate research. This method uses close-ended questions because the researchers are typically looking to gather statistical data. Now, just have a close look at these two pictures. As you can see, the qualitative data, the qualitative research is a descriptive kind of research where the object is to gather probably not the number, but maybe to a great extent the expressions, the feelings, the feelings of the subjects involved, their experiences involved. And numbering is not the area where qualitative research is focused. It is more of interpretative and analytical nature. On the other hand, the quantitative research uh, deals more with numbers. It is a statistical research where all the data is quantifiable as opposed to non-quantifiable data in qualitative research. Now, have a look at this picture. These are three to four kind of ways through which quantitative research is possible. Survey research, correlation research, causal comparative research, and experimental research are the major research methods used in case of qualitative research. So this is all for today's lecture. I hope you have liked it. For further readings, please refer to the links mentioned in this page. Thank you so much.